Hi everyone, I want to ask you some questions. If I ask you to think of someone who seemed to be very shy and disinterested in engaging in a conversation, are you able to do so? Do you have someone in your mind? Or is that person is you? Second question, if I ask you to think of someone who's been alive to the party and a center of attention to everyone in a social gathering, are you able to do that? You do have someone in your mind, right? These are the types of people we can see everywhere, every day. Why? So, a man named Carl Jung opposed a theory about the personalities of human. The three types of personality he opposed are introvert, ambivert, and extrovert. We're gonna look at all these types of personalities after this. Bear with me. Let's look at the first personality he suggested, which is extrovert. The word extro suggested that that person is extra, is sociable, good with communications, and the life of party, center of attractions, likes to mingling with people in a social gathering, and that's the way they recharge their energy by communicating with people. And they dislike to do things alone or being alone in a long time. In terms of memory, extroverts use short-term memory to power their thinking skill. They are often quick to answer any questions to them verbally. However, this makes them always speak before they think. Several advantages of being an extrovert. An extrovert always on a go, wired with enthusiasm. They can easily mingle with people surround them, making they seem very approachable and friendly, and therefore makes them feeling better by being trusted and depended by other people. And they also can be a good leader because they have better rapport with people in group and large room setting, and they also love to have lead and control other people. Among the popular misconception of an extrovert is that people think being an extrovert means they aren't shy at all. This isn't true. They might be shy at certain time. They might be um, taking time to adjust to a new environment or some new meeting new people. Okay, these are the most common misconception um, relating it to extroverts. Move on to introverts. Okay, introverts are people with this kind of personality. They are quiet, they are reserved, and they seem to be thoughtful. They rarely seek out attention or social engagement because they will be exhausted from this kind of activity. Introverts are also the opposites of extroverts. So how to know if someone is an introvert? The characteristic for introverts are they prefer to stay at home and they will avoid social gathering. They enjoy quiet time and activities such as reading, writing, gaming, gardening, or drawing, things that doesn't require involvement of lots of people. They will prefer the company of only a few close friends. They do their best work alone and they will avoid unnecessary small talk or social interaction. Introverts should never be seen as timid or weak because they have their own strengths too, despite dislike to sell themselves in the market. Okay, the strengths of an introvert are introverts will think before they act. They will think deeply. They will think thoroughly. They are very thoughtful. They bring calm and wisdom in a room setting, and they will value meaningful relationships over meaningless small talk with lots of people. They value the very few people around them. Interesting facts. Number one, introverts are not necessarily socially awkward because they just don't like social interaction doesn't mean they're not good at it. Number two, introverts they don't hate people, they just don't prefer to have small talks because it's exhausting for them. And introverts aren't rude. They are not rude. They just prefer to have a very meaningful social interaction compared to meaningless small talks. It's not a situation that needs fixing. They are who they are and they have their own strengths too. And they don't wish they are someone else. They don't wish they are extrovert. Let's look at the last but not least personality. Ambivert. But is someone who's neither extrovert nor introvert. Instead, they have the mix between these two personalities. So if you're confused, like, I think I'm introvert, but I do have these traits of extroverts, maybe that means you are ambivert. And it's okay because ambivert has their own unique strengths too. Ambiverts have their own strengths too. These are the strengths for an ambivert. As you can see, they are good at communicating. They have balance between speaking and also listening, which make them able to understand people better. So, how to know which type of personality do you have? You can refer to the characteristic we have discussed earlier. The importance of knowing which type of personality one has is that it can help you to choose a career, manage relationship with people, and recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. And if you are an educator like me, we can know the personalities of our students so we can maximize their potential by assisting them in learning. And we can help to evaluate their performance by taking their personalities into consideration, especially with classroom assessment. That's all from me. Thank you.